Chapter 9. Idealism in the Future. A Conscious Society. Imagine a future where idealism isn't just a philosophical idea but a guiding principle for society, a world where the understanding that reality is a mental creation, rooted in a universal consciousness, shapes how we live, work, and connect. Picture a bustling city in the year 2050, its skyline a blend of sleek, eco-friendly buildings and green spaces, the air clean, the streets alive with people who move with a sense of purpose and unity. In this future, idealism has taken root, not as a fringe concept, but as a foundational truth, taught in schools, embraced by leaders, and woven into the fabric of daily life. The recognition that we're all part of the same consciousness has transformed society, fostering a culture of empathy, collaboration, and shared responsibility, where the boundaries between self and other have softened, and the well-being of all is seen as the well-being of one. In this conscious society, education looks radically different. Imagine a classroom where children aren't just taught math, science, and history, but also the nature of consciousness. Teachers guide students through mindfulness exercises, helping them see the world as a mental creation, a shared dream they're co-creating. A young girl named Maya sits at her desk, her eyes closed, as her teacher leads a meditation. Feel the chair beneath you, the air on your skin. These are perceptions in your mind, part of the universal consciousness we all share. Maya opens her eyes, looking at her classmates with a new sense of wonder, knowing they're all waves on the same ocean, their thoughts and feelings interconnected. This education fosters empathy from an early age. Children grow up understanding that harming another is harming themselves, because they're part of the same mind. Bullying, competition, and isolation decrease, replaced by collaboration, compassion, and a deep sense of belonging. This idealist perspective also reshapes how society addresses global challenges like climate change, inequality, and conflict. Picture a world summit in 2050, leaders from every nation gathered around a circular table, their faces lit by a holographic display of the Earth. In a materialist world, these leaders might focus on physical solutions, carbon taxes, renewable energy, economic reforms, often stalled by self-interest and division. But in an idealist society, they approach these issues with a shared understanding. The Earth isn't just a physical planet. It's a manifestation of the universal consciousness, and its suffering is their suffering. A leader from a small island nation speaks, her voice steady. The rising seas that threaten my people are a ripple in the cosmic mind, one we all feel. We must act as one. The room nods in agreement, and policies are crafted not from competition, but from unity. Global resource sharing, reforestation projects, and education programs that teach every citizen to see the planet as a living expression of consciousness. This future also transforms how we work and create. Imagine a workplace where employees aren't driven by profit or status, but by a shared purpose to contribute to the universal mind. A tech company in this future designs devices not just for efficiency, but to enhance connection. Tools like the Mind Link we envisioned in Chapter 5, which help people access the universal consciousness, share experiences, and collaborate on a deeper level. Artists, scientists, and innovators see their work as a way of expressing the cosmic mind, creating with a sense of wonder and responsibility. A musician composes a symphony, feeling the notes as vibrations in the universal consciousness, knowing her music will ripple out to touch others. This shift in perspective reduces greed and exploitation, replacing them with a culture of creativity and service, where every act is seen as a contribution to the whole. This vision of a conscious society isn't a utopia, it's a possibility, one that idealism can help us build. By recognizing that we're all part of the same mind, we can create a world where empathy, collaboration, and purpose guide our actions, where global challenges are met with unity, and where every individual feels connected to something greater. It's a future where the boundaries of self and other dissolve, revealing the truth that we've always been one, a single consciousness streaming together in the vastness of existence. Technology and connection. In this idealist future, technology evolves in ways that deepen our connection to the universal consciousness, becoming a tool not for separation, but for unity. Let's imagine a city in 2075, its streets lined with interactive hubs where people gather to connect, create, and explore. At the center of this city is a towering structure called the Nexus, a hub of consciousness technology that embodies the principles of idealism. The Nexus isn't just a building, it's a living interface, its walls embedded with crystalline panels that pulse with light, responding to the thoughts and emotions of those inside. People enter the nexus to access the universal mind, using advanced brain-computer interfaces that amplify their ability to connect with others and tap into the cosmic consciousness. Picture a young man named Kale stepping into the nexus, a small device on his temple glowing softly as it syncs with his neural patterns. He's here to collaborate on a global project, one that requires input from minds across the world. As he closes his eyes, the device called a synapse connects him to the universal consciousness, a technology inspired by the idealist understanding that all minds are one. Kale feels his individual awareness expand, merging with the thoughts and feelings of others in the Nexus network. He senses a woman in Tokyo, her creativity sparking as she designs a sustainable energy system, a scientist in Nairobi, his focus sharp as he models climate patterns, an artist in Paris, her emotions vivid as she paints a vision of the future. Their ideas flow together, not as words, but as shared perceptions, images, emotions, insights blending in a symphony of thought, all within the universal mind. This technology doesn't just connect people, it helps them experience the unity that idealism describes. The synapse device isn't creating consciousness, it's enhancing our ability to access the consciousness that's already there, the universal mind that connects us all. In this future, such devices are used for more than collaboration, they're tools for healing, education, and creativity. Therapists use them to help patients feel the emotions of others, fostering empathy and understanding in a way that heals trauma. Teachers use them to let students experience historical events as shared perceptions, making learning a visceral, collective journey. Artists use them to create immersive experiences, where audiences don't just see a painting or hear a song, they feel it as a ripple in the universal consciousness, a shared moment of beauty. This idealist approach to technology also addresses the ethical challenges we face today. In a materialist world, technology often isolates us. Social media creates echo chambers, algorithms amplify division, and virtual reality can disconnect us from the physical world. But in an idealist future, technology is designed to connect, not divide. Imagine social platforms that don't just share posts, but shared experiences where you can feel a friend's joy at their child's first steps, or a stranger's grief at a loss, fostering a global empathy that transcends borders. Privacy is redefined, not as a barrier, but as a balance. People choose how much to share, knowing that their thoughts and feelings are part of the same mind, a collective consciousness that thrives on connection, not separation. This vision of technology shows how idealism can shape the future, turning our tools into bridges to the universal mind. It's a future where innovation isn't about profit or power, but about deepening our connection to each other and to the cosmic consciousness that holds us all. By seeing technology as a way to access the mental nature of reality, we can create a world where every device, every app, every interface serves a higher purpose, to remind us that we're one, a single mind dreaming together, and to help us live that truth in every moment. Education and global challenges. Idealism's influence on the future extends to education and global challenges, offering new ways to learn and solve the world's most pressing problems. Let's envision a school in 2060, its walls made of transparent, eco-friendly material, sunlight streaming in to illuminate a classroom where students are learning through an idealist lens. A teacher named Ms. Lin stands at the front, guiding her students through a lesson on history, not as a series of dates and events, but as a shared experience in the universal consciousness. Using a device similar to the synapse, the students close their eyes and step into the past, feeling the emotions of people from another time. A boy named Ravi experiences the signing of a peace treaty, feeling the hope and relief of the leaders as if they were his own. This immersive learning fosters a deep understanding of history, not as a distant story, but as a living part of the cosmic mind, a shared dream that continues to shape the present. This idealist approach to education doesn't just teach facts, it cultivates empathy, creativity, and a sense of unity. Students learn to see the world as a mental creation, a perspective that shapes how they approach subjects like science, art, and ethics. In science class, they explore quantum mechanics not as a physical phenomenon, but as a glimpse of the universal consciousness, understanding the observer effect as evidence of mind's role in reality. In art, they create with the awareness that their work is an expression of the cosmic mind, a way of contributing to the shared dream. In ethics, they debate global issues with the understanding that all beings are part of the same consciousness, making decisions that prioritize the whole over the individual. This education system produces generations who think holistically, act compassionately, and innovate with a sense of purpose, ready to tackle the challenges of their time. When it comes to global challenges, idealism offers a framework for solutions that transcend materialist limitations. Imagine a global council in 2065 tasked with addressing climate change, inequality, and conflict. In a materialist world, these issues are often seen as physical problems: too much carbon in the atmosphere, unequal distribution of resources, territorial disputes. But in an idealist future, they're seen as mental challenges, ripples in the universal consciousness that reflect our collective perceptions. The Council uses consciousness technology to connect leaders with the experiences of those most affected: farmers losing their land to drought, refugees fleeing war, communities struggling with poverty. By feeling these experiences directly, leaders make decisions from a place of empathy, not just logic, creating policies that heal the collective mind, like global reforestation projects that are as much about restoring unity as they are about carbon reduction. Original exercise: Visioning the future. Let's bring this vision into your own life with an exercise I've created. Visioning the future. This exercise will help you imagine how idealism can shape your world, perfect for an audiobook narration. Find a quiet space, sit comfortably, and close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths, letting your body relax, your mind settle. Now, imagine the year 2075, a world where idealism is the guiding principle. Picture a place you love: a park, a city, your home, and see it transformed by this philosophy. What do you see? Maybe there are hubs where people connect through consciousness technology, sharing experiences and ideas. Maybe schools teach children to see the world as a mental creation, fostering empathy and unity. Now, imagine yourself in this future. How do you live? Perhaps you use a device to tap into the universal mind, collaborating with others across the globe, feeling their joys and challenges as your own. Maybe you create art, knowing it's a ripple in the cosmic consciousness, or work on a project that heals the planet, seeing it as part of the same mind you are. Feel the sense of connection, purpose, and wonder that this future brings. When you're ready, open your eyes, carrying this vision with you. Use it to inspire actions in your present: small steps, like practicing empathy or creating with intention, that align with the idealist future you've imagined.